Hey, I'm Papurr, and for the past 5 years, I've been mastering the art of credit and travel hacking. And in that time, I've helped over 4,400 people repair and rebuild their credit, as well as teach them how to maximize rewards to travel first class and stay in 5-star hotels for free. And today, I'm pulling back the curtain on something that's been kept quiet for far too long: how the wealthy actually use credit. And no, it's not what you think. See, there's this persistent myth that millionaires don't use credit, that they pay for everything in cash, but that couldn't be further from the truth. What if I told you that some of the most wealthiest people I know use more credit than the average person? The difference is how they use it. Whether you're watching the video from the United States or the UK, these insider strategies work on both sides of the Atlantic. And today, I'm breaking the ice of silence to show you exactly how millionaires leverage credit to build and protect their wealth. So let's dive into the wealthy's credit playbook that nobody's talking about. Before we get into specific strategies, we need to understand the fundamental difference in how millionaires think about credit. Now, most people view credit as a way to buy things they can't afford right now, but a millionaire, they see credit as a strategic tool, a lever that can amplify their financial power when used correctly. Now, this mindset is universal along the wealthy, whether they're in Manhattan or Mayfair or Los Angeles or London. Now, here's the first secret. Wealthy people don't use credit because they need to, they use credit because they choose to, even when they could pay cash. Now, I know a multimillionaire who can easily pay cash for his cars, but instead finances it at a low interest rate. Why? Because he can then invest the cash he would have spent and earn a higher return than what he's actually paying in interest. That's thinking like a millionaire. Now, I want to be clear, this only works if you're financially disciplined. The wealthy use credit strategically while avoiding interest charges and debt accumulation that erode wealth. So with the mindset in place, let's look at exactly how millionaires use credit differently. Now, the first major strategy wealthy people use is what I call credit separation, and it's something almost nobody talks about. Millionaires typically have multiple credit profiles: personal, business, and investment. They never mix these, ever. In the United States, this means having separate credit cards, separate lines of credit, and often separate entities like LLCs or S-corps that build their own credit profiles. Now, in the United Kingdom, this means maintaining distinct personal and business credit profiles, using different cards for different purposes, and often establishing limited companies to separate business activities. This separation serves multiple purposes. Now, this creates a liability firewall between personal and business assets. It maximizes available credit across multiple profiles, and it allows for cleaner tax deductions. It provides detailed spending tracking by category. Now, one millionaire I know maintains 5 different credit cards: one for personal expenses, one dedicated to his main business, one for real estate investments, one for travel, and one as a backup. Each card has a specific purpose and never crosses into other spending categories. Now, whether you use American Express, Chase, and Capital One in the US, or Barclaycard, HSBC, and Santander in the UK, the strategy is the same. Separation creates clarity and protection. Even if you're not a millionaire yet, you can start this practice today. Get a separate card for your side hustle or investments and keep it strictly for that purpose. Now, the second major strategy is using credit as a leverage, but in a very specific way that minimizes risk. When most people think of leverage, they imagine dangerous debt, but wealthy individuals use what I call strategic leverage, borrowing at low rates to finance assets that appreciate or generate income. For example, in America, this might look like using a 3.5% home equity line of credit to fund a real estate investment that generates 8 to 12% annual returns. And in the UK, it might involve using a 4% personal loan to finance a buy-to-let property that yields 7 to 9% returns. Now, here's something fascinating. Many millionaires maintain excellent credit, not to use it for purchases, but to have it available as dry powder for opportunities. I know a successful entrepreneur who maintains several unused lines of credit with zero balances. When I ask him why, he says, when an incredible deal appears, I don't have time to apply for financing. I need immediate access to capital, and that's why the rich use credit. For example, in the US, these might be business lines of credit, home equity loans of credit, or portfolio lines of credit backed by investment accounts. And if you're in the UK, these might include offset mortgages, flexible business loans, or secured investment-backed lending facilities. Now, this strategy only works when the investment return exceeds the borrowing cost. You have the cash flow to make payments regardless of investment performance. And finally, you're not over-leveraging yourself. This next strategy is one of my favorites because it's so counterintuitive how the wealthy actually use credit cards. Most millionaires I know use credit cards for everything, but they pay them off in full every month. They're not carrying balances or paying interest. They're maximizing rewards, purchase protection, fraud protection, and detailed spending records while never paying interest. It's like having an interest-free 30-day loan on every purchase. Now, in America, certain cards offer 2 to 5% cashback on all purchases, extensive travel perks and points, purchase protection and extended warranties, concierge services, elite status at hotels and airlines. And in the UK, some of the cards can also offer 0.5 to 1.5% cashback, air miles and travel insurance, purchase protection, concierge service, airport lounge access. Now, many wealthy individuals cycle through welcome bonuses strategically. They might apply for a premium card with a large bonus, meet the spending requirement, collect the bonus, then move on to another card, all while maintaining excellent credit. In the US, this might mean alternating between Chase, American Express, and Capital One premium products. And in the UK, this might involve cycling between American Express, HSBC, and Barclaycard premium offerings. Now, the wealthy view credit card rewards as a business, one that can generate thousands in value annually with the right strategy. Now, all of this only works because they pay balances in full. The second you carry a balance, you've lost the game. Now, the fourth strategy is something few people realize. Many wealthy individuals have their credit professionally managed. While the average person checks their credit score occasionally, millionaires often have their financial team actively monitor and optimize their credit profiles. For example, in the United States, this might include regular credit monitoring through premium services, strategic timing of applications to minimize score impacts, regular credit limit requests, maintaining specific utilization ratios, usually between 10%, and then finally a professional dispute resolution for any inaccuracies. Now, in the UK, this also includes regular monitoring through services like Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, strategic management of the electoral roll registration, careful attention to financial associations, maintaining a low utilization on any revolving credit, and professional management of credit applications. Now, one fascinating approach that I've seen is the credit maintenance schedule, where wealthy individuals have their team perform regular credit maintenance activities on a calendar schedule. This might include quarterly credit limit increase requests, semi-annual report reviews, and annual credit optimization sessions where they review and potentially adjust their overall credit strategy. This proactive approach means they never have credit surprises when they need to use their credit profiles for a major purchase or investment. Now, the fifth and final strategy is perhaps the most counterintuitive: how millionaires use credit as a lifeline during tough times. The wealthy use it as a bridge or a buffer, and there's a crucial difference. Using credit as a lifeline means desperately turning to credit to maintain your lifestyle when income drops. Using credit as a bridge means strategically using credit to navigate temporary challenges that are adjusting your financial plans. And in America, I've seen wealthy individuals use line of credit to maintain liquidity during market downturns rather than selling investments at a loss. They're not using credit to maintain their lifestyle they can no longer afford. They're using it as a temporary tool while their assets recover. Similarly, in the UK, successful investors might use offset mortgages or flexible facilities to navigate temporary cash flow issues while maintaining their long-term investment strategy. The critical difference is having an exit strategy. Millionaires know exactly how and when they'll exit the debt position before they enter it. And I know someone who used a low-interest line of credit during the 2020 market crash to cover expenses for a few months. This allowed him to keep his investments intact during the temporary downturn, and by 2021, as markets recovered, he had repaid the entire line and actually came out ahead by not selling at the bottom. This strategy requires considerable financial strength and discipline. It's not about using credit to avoid reality, it's about using it as a strategic buffer during temporary disruptions. So there you have it, the 5 ways millionaires use credit that nobody talks about. That'd be credit separation between personal and business, strategic leverage for investment, not consumption, maximum credit card benefits with 0 interest, professional credit management and optimization, using credit as a strategic buffer, not a lifestyle crutch. Now, if you found this valuable, hit the like button and subscribe for more financial insights. Drop a comment letting me know which strategy you're going to implement first. Now, if you want to actually take your credit to a whole nother level, I've put together a completely free credit masterclass with over 2 hours of content showing you everything that you need to maximize your credit journey. So check this video where I show you what you'll learn, how to get access, and how to use the information inside to turn credit into free travel and a source of income.